What's going on, guys? This is Bruce Matson, your host of the show, Metric Scout Fantasy Football, here for another quick rant to help you guys out with your fantasy drafts. Some of you guys are finishing them up right now. Probably got some over the weekend. But I want to go over Joe Burrow. I noticed the market is kind of low on him right now. He is being drafted around QB 13 range, 1 QB leagues, falling around, depending on your site, your league, whatever, usually in drafts about the 120 range. So usually late 9th, early 10th round pick, making him a later round option. I am an advocate of drafting the rushing quarterbacks early so you can get that rushing floor in the production. But one thing I want to point out on Joe Burrow is he's one of the last quarterbacks being drafted who has a lot of talent to throw the ball to. We're talking about T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, also Joe Mixon in the run game, can also catch passes out of the backfield. And with those options being readily available for him being a first-round pick, him already showing that he's more than capable of slinging the ball downfield. I know he's coming back from a knee injury. The knee injury that he's coming back from is what's creating this discount, this uncertainty we're seeing. Also, I get it, Jamar Chase dropped a ton of balls in the preseason, but guess what? He does not have to be the main focal point of this wide receiver group. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd can handle the load while Jamar Chase irons out his issues and develops. It's kind of a great thing about this situation. T. Higgins is a star ready to blow up. He was one of the top rookie wide receivers last year. He had a 106.4 QB rating while targeted, average 12.4 average depth of target. So he's a deep threat, gets downfield, makes plays, happens, had nearly 1,000-yard receiving, and is very underrated. His stock kind of dropped just because Jamar Chase came in the building, but we can instantly see the T. Higgins show here in 2021. Tyler Boyd has been consistent. He's caught 75 or more balls over the last 3 years. All 3 of those years, he's had over 100 targets. And he was solid before that. He was solid in his days at college, second-round pick, and he's just been steady. He's not been a high-end fantasy producer, but for somebody like Joe Burrow, who needs continuity in the slot and in the short game, Tyler Boyd's going to be that guy for him. And Tyler Boyd would be a top wide receiver or a great number 2 wide receiver for a lot of other teams in this league. So don't be sleeping on him in this offense. Jamar Chase is in a good spot because the team doesn't need him. Well, they want to, but they don't need him to be a superstar in day one. They can allow him to develop in his role and get better over time because they got 2 solid wide receivers already on the roster, and he's going to eventually take off. The talent's going to happen, and Jamar Chase already has a rapport with Burrow. That's going to connect sooner than what we think. We've seen this in camp. We've seen this on the highlights from camp. It just hasn't clicked much in the preseason games, but it's going to eventually happen. Jamar Chase is not going to really underwhelm us that much during his rookie season. It may be slower than we expected if we were expecting him to be a top 12 fantasy asset. But honestly, on Burrow's end, he's good enough to propel him. And Burrow's got a little bit of mobility. We'll see what comes back from that knee injury, but he is more than capable to pick up a little bit extra floor for you in fantasy as well. But him having this backing of this trio of wide receivers can help him get in QB1 territory. I'm probably projecting mid to back in QB1 territory, but with his price tag of almost double-digit rounds, 120-ish overall, 115, 110 range, depending on where your league mates want to draft him at, where you want to draft him at, that's a good discount. After that, you're looking at a lot of quarterbacks that does not have a trio of talent to throw the ball to, like Burrow has. Burrow's going to be slinging the rock more than what you think. Joe Mixon will be catching balls out of the backfield. He's got a lot of work with here in Cincinnati, and I want to point that out to you. I'm not telling you to draft him early, but I'm telling you to look at him at ADP and take advantage of the value right now while you got it. But I want to thank you for watching the show, sticking with me. Hit that subscribe button. Every subscription fuels me to continue doing these videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you next time.